Hello everyone, we're back again, and what we have, we made this little fixture right here to hold these parts so that we can use this. It's a Sumitomo CBN insert. It's a BNC 200. It means it's a CBN and it's coated. It's not designed for doing interrupted cuts. A better grade would be a BN 350. I just don't have any of those, but this is doing a good job. We've already done about 25 of these, and we'll try to get a close-up if we can on the finish. The finish is awesome. And what we're doing over here, we're trying to pull out, there's about 10,000 stock. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to pull out most of that and leaving about two to 3 thousandths for us to ID grind on the grinder. And so far it's working good. Kathy's been a big help in that, and we're going to demonstrate her cutting one. This one's already cut, and she's got one that's not cut. She's going to demonstrate the loading of the fixture, and I'm going to turn the generator on, and then she'll let you see one getting cut.
Alright, so we're just going to set the part in. We're going to let it drop to the bottom, and then we're going to pull it up just a little bit before we tighten it.
Kathy's putting a little bit of pressure, light pressure on there, because if you don't, what will happen, that will jump, and that's really hard on the CBN. You want to keep it just a nice and steady cut.
Alright, we're just going to blow it off. And there's our finished part.
Yeah, let's see if we can get her in the focus of the camera there a little bit. You can see the finish. The finish is not quite as good as the first parts. The insert is getting a little bit of wear, but we're grinding them out. And again, with that interrupted cut, it's quite amazing at how well they do. And if you look at this fixture, you can see I got this blue in the back. What I've done is I bored this hole out so that these would just fit in. And then what I did was I took and I wound the diameter of this back 10 thousandths, moved over 7 thousandths, and then I cut this area out. That's all blue, so that I would have a contact point here and a contact point here, and then my clamping point over here. And that way it holds a little bit better. Now, if I was going to do a lot of these, I could make that fixture different. If I would have a system where it's clamping down, it'd be a lot better. We're getting about 5/10 distortion, and I knew we would get that, but I knew I was going to be grinding these and getting these close to ID. We got a 3 thousandths tolerance on there, so it's quite open. But a lot of this stuff that I'm doing for this project is overkill, but one of the reasons I'm doing it, I'm training my children the trade, and I just want to show them some things and get some ideas in their head. As well as there's a lot of people that's learning, that's watching these videos too, and so just to give you some ideas of some of the things you can do with the equipment that's You know, that's not quite typical. And you can, like I say, with some of the fixturing and some of the tooling and the way we're hard turning here on the mill, there's a lot you can do with just one machine. And if that's all you have, you know, something like this can let you pick up jobs like this and actually do them. And so anyways, let's go over to the surface grinder now, and I have it set up so that we can do a grinding apart with a CBN resin wheel. And with the resin wheels and the CBN, I won't get quite the finish that I can with stone, but anybody that's done ID work, getting a good finish on the ID is quite hard anyhow, even with stone. You don't have as much rigidity in the way you hold it and everything, so it's actually coming out pretty good. So let's go over and take a look at the grinding. Okay, I'm using a Planet, NSK Planet 550 grinder. I think this will go up to 60 or 65,000 RPM. I believe I have it set at roughly 50, 55. When you're using a resin bond CBN wheel, I have it relieved so that it's just cutting at the front, and I'll use this white stick. As it wears out, I have to use that white stick. It might even be already touching back here. I don't have this out long enough that I can go all the way through the wheel, so I just want to make this area lower. I don't have a truing diamond for this yet, and so I got to use this dry, and it's aggressive, and I can get the same thing done. I got the part mounted already, and I don't know if, let's see, when girls want to bring a camera over here so that you can see the indicator. Are you able to see the indicator? Okay, go ahead and hold it there. I got to turn it on. And yeah, just get over there and hold it. You all set? This is indicated in. It's not bottomed out. So it actually does a nice job. If I indicate on the face of the part, if I indicate here on the face of the part, I get about a 1/10 wobble, which is plenty close enough for this. Again, I got 3/1000 of fit. My tolerances are 876 thousandths. That's my low end. That's 876 minus nothing. And then the high end is going to be +3, so 879. So I ground this go-no-go gauge. This diameter is about 2/10 over 876. This diameter is about 2/10 under 879. So I already ground one of these up. And so the whole idea is this plug should go on this diameter and it should stop on that diameter. And so that's a quick, fast way to know that I'm in tolerance without having to get some real fancy measuring tools out. This is going to get a little bit noisy with the air grinder. We can turn the generators off too because we won't need that for here. Touch off on the back side. And we're just barely touching a little bit. This digital will read double. If I take 1/1000th off the digital, that's 1/1000th per side, so that would be 2/1000. So with the ID wheel, But the most I want to take is 5/10. That'll give me a total of 1,000. Choke up on your wheel tight as you can, get as much rigidity as you can. We'll just let it spark out for a couple passes and then we'll check it. Get any of the dust or particles out of there. And we're not the size, so it won't go in. One nice thing about this unit, it blows air out the front and it blows a little oil mist on there. So that helps keep the part cool and a little bit of lubrication on it. You can see it just wants to start in there. And we're within about 6/10 of where I ground the other one. just a little bit of taper in the back. I'm gonna adjust that out on the next piece. Right now what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna go in there and grind it, and I'm just gonna let it hit the backside a little bit more. But the part is in tolerance right now. Right now, just let some of the flex take, I bet there's less than a tenth taper in there. Yeah, that feels real good right now. The nice thing about this unit is it's easy to take the taper out. What I'll do is I find my center, and then I grind all my stock off the side. And because I grind off the side over here, what happens is all I have to do is I have to just turn this unit. I can work the taper out and get it just as perfect as I need it. So it's real fast. I'm within 50 millionths of where I stopped on the last part, got about the same reading. The nice thing about the CBN wheels, I'll be able to grind all 30 of these parts, and I'll be surprised by the time I'm done. I'll be surprised if I'm more than 2 or 3 thousandths off the original zero that I have. The other nice thing about hard turning these first is when they broach these keyways, there's some burrs that were left in here. And anybody that has ever ID ground on any kind of wheels, when you hit these burrs on the inside, they're real hard on your wheel. And these resin wheels, wheel like this, good quality ones, about $80. And those burrs will tear that wheel up real fast. And so it's kind of nice with that CBN insert. That costs about $25. I got 3 tips on it, and we haven't even used up 1 tip on it. But it's knocking that burr out of the way, so I don't have to worry about that when I come in grinding and tearing up an expensive ID wheel. So anyways, this is the project that we got going. We're almost done with them. Yeah, that must be one that's just hard turn. Here's the one that's, again, go no-go gauge. It's stopping at the big diameter. It's going at the small diameter. The exact size, I don't know, and I don't care. I'm in tolerance. It's a good part. So anyway, I just want to thank my daughter Kathy. She's been a big help. She's been a real trooper. She's got in close to 14, 15 hours working with me on this weekend, and she allowed me to make some fixtures and do some other things while she's doing some of the work. And it's fun because she learned a lot. And she said that when she was first starting some of these operations that she was learning, that they were quite intimidating. But what's really nice, when you get 30 parts and you can really hone, you can learn your skills, and then you can hone the skills, and by the time she's through on every operation she did with the 30 parts, she started feeling real comfortable with it. And so she even took over when she finished on the last video, when she finished doing all the hard turn on the outside. I brought her over here and taught her how to grind ODs, and she done about half of them, and she was grinding them with pretty close tolerances because we wanted them to match each other, even though we had probably about 7/8 tenths tolerance to play with. We tried to hold them within 1 or 2 tenths because of the fixturing that we were going to build for this. And she hit the size. I checked every one of them. She hit the sizes right on the money, didn't scrap one of them out. And for me, I look at that, and that's quite amazing for someone, just starting. And but this was quite intimidating, she said, when she first did it. But by the time she had done a number of them, you could see that she's feeling a lot more comfortable with everything. And so it's kind of fun watching the kids learn and getting a skill set. And they're all doing a good job already. And I hope that people that are watching these videos, I hope it's as much of a benefit to you as to my children. And anyways, that will be it. We'll see you next time.